Take a slow breath in. Allow your attention to settle. Let the pace of your thoughts slow slightly. Now imagine you are sitting in a meeting where an important idea is being discussed. Several people are present. Some are senior leaders. Others are specialists who understand the details of the work. The discussion begins with open conversation. Ideas are shared. Questions are asked, different possibilities are explored. At one point, someone introduces a thoughtful suggestion. They explain how a small change in approach could improve the outcome. The idea makes sense. It directly addresses a problem the group has been discussing. But the room moves on quickly. No one challenges the idea, yet no one really engages with it either. The conversation continues. A few minutes later, something interesting happens. A more senior person speaks. They describe a direction the team could take. As they talk, you notice something familiar. The suggestion sounds very similar to the idea mentioned earlier. But this time, the room reacts differently. People begin discussing the concept. Someone says it sounds promising. Another person adds how it might work in practice. The conversation gathers momentum. You notice the shift carefully. The idea did not change, but the reaction did. You pause and observe the moment. Situations like this appear often in groups. Ideas are not always evaluated only by their content. They are also influenced by the position of the person presenting them. When someone with higher status introduces a direction, the room often gives the idea more attention. Not because the idea is different, but because people assume it may carry more weight. Understanding this dang on it helps explain moments that might otherwise feel confusing. The conversation is not only about ideas, it is also about signals. Signals about authority, signals about influence, signals about where the group believes decisions may ultimately come from. Instead of reacting to the moment directly, you observe the structure of the conversation. The important question becomes clearer. How can valuable ideas receive attention regardless of who first mentions them? So you gently bring attention back to the earlier contribution. You say calmly, "Earlier we heard a similar idea about adjusting the approach slightly. It might be worth exploring how that version and this one connect." The room pauses. People begin remembering the earlier comment. The conversation widens. Now the idea is discussed more fully. The group examines how the concept could improve the situation. Take another slow breath. Notice how the atmosphere in the room has changed. At first, the idea passed quietly through the conversation. But once attention returned to it, the group began evaluating it more carefully. You see something important about moments like this. In many discussions, ideas and status move together. People often follow signals of influence without realizing it. But when attention returns to the substance of the idea itself, the group begins making stronger decisions. Because the value of an idea does not depend on who speaks first. It depends on how clearly it solves the problem in front of everyone.